Hello and welcome to another update video about AGIX. On this chart we now have finally a possible 5-wave move to the upside. AGIX tested the 78.6 retracement level of this move to the upside, yeah. So it came down in an ABC structure in, well, 3 waves and the C wave in 5. Until, well, we are still not sure if it is bottomed. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm not sure. But until yesterday, we only had a 3-wave move to the upside. What we said from the beginning, we need to see 5 to at least have a stronger indication and some confidence that price might have put in a lasting low here on the 10th of June at the 78.6 retracement level at 17.3 cents. Yeah? So the good news is it broke above the trend line. It broke above this descending trend line and retested it from above. It's quite good news, and it produced a 5-wave move to the upside. Now that alone doesn't really give us clarity, but it gives us at least something to work with. Just some a more or less reliable setup, actually pretty unreliable setup, but still it is one. Because we finally have a way to measure support. So what we can do now is per Elliott wave, as soon as we have a 5-wave move to the upside, we can measure support. And the postman. And we can draw the Fibonacci retracements of the move to the upside in 5 waves, yeah, and to get the retracement targets or at least standard support. It's not really a target until I have the A wave complete of the wave 2, until I have the B wave complete of the wave 2, because then I can calculate more accurately the length of the C wave. For now I have added the retracement targets, or support zone, I should say, which go down all the way to 19.3 cents. Now that doesn't mean it needs to go down that low, but it is sort of support. Golden ratio is an important one at 20.9 cents. The 50% retracement is also one that's relevant for the wave 2, that's at 22.14 cents. And the thing is, which is sometimes annoying, crypto, funny enough, when you deal with diagonals, sometimes they are rather shallow. So it could already be that we are turning to the upside here of the 38.2 fib level. Now, how to manage that? I often say that as soon as we get a signal that we are breaking down, that means as soon as we have a first 5-wave move down here, possibly in an A wave with a break coupled with a break of the trend line, then we have at least a signal we're coming down in a wave 2. And you know, if you like to do this, I mean, this is more general, more generally an explanation of how to trade Elliott wave setups, 1-2 setups, but it's not a strategy that's good for everybody, but it allows you to find good entry points, manage risk. That's the most important thing. Let's put a bit of an education lesson into this. I do talk about this a lot in the membership, but it's all about scaling into support. So the mindset is, okay, we have a first view that we have 5 waves to the upside, okay? So the trend could be shifting. So we have something to work with, something to understand. But of course not guaranteed, because it's not an impulse, it's only a diagonal. In an impulse, we have more confidence. Okay, so it needs to prove itself. How does it do that? It does it by holding support in wave 2. Now, you could wait until it comes down, bounces, and rallies above the wave 1 top. Fair enough. Then you trade breakouts. I personally don't like to trade breakouts. I like to get good entry points in a wave 2 support. Is it definite that there's going to hold? No. But you could, for example, set a stop loss below the 10th of June low and measure your position size, very important, accordingly. How you do that, we talk about that in the membership. Or you set it below the 78.6 retracement. If you set it too tight, you might get stop out and it still goes up. So maybe leave it a bit more space, but scale down your position size. And then you can just scale in. Yeah, I have several entry points for one trade. Have very little small position size here, larger. Yeah, and that also doesn't mean that if you have an idea that you want to spend so much money on a position on AGIX, doesn't mean you need to use all of that money for this pullback trade. Yeah, you could wait until, well, you could maybe use 50% for that, and as for risk management purposes, because at this point we have no confirmation that it's turning around, right? So you could then wait for the first 1-2 setup in the 3rd wave to do the same thing again. Now we discuss all of this stuff in much more detail in the membership. We have live streams membership recordings, tutorials, how to do that, and what typically the rules are, and some guidelines. Obviously never financial advice, but there is sort of best practice. There are best practices how to deal with these setups. Yeah. Bear in mind, these charts are self-guided. You can just measure your risk and choose to act on it if you like to, because below the 78.6 retracement level, this setup is not going to work out, which happens. Altcoins break. That's reality. But it's all about identifying high reward, low risk setups. And yeah, I mean, let's just assume, okay, maybe wave one topped. I have no strong confirmation. I would have the first confirmation if we break below the trend line. Let's say it comes down to the golden ratio, then the target for the third wave, we talk here about at least 36.7 cents. Okay, that's my update about AGIX. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.